Hello guys, today we are at the Volvo Hoskile and right behind me is the Volvo EX30, the very car which created a lot of sensation in the EV market due to its look and some crazy specification. And in this video we're gonna dive deep into this car and see what is good and what is not so good. So without a further ado, let's jump into that. But before, if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so, as we are growing our family day by day. It will be really inspiring if you could support us with your subscription. This is Raj and you're watching Car Copenhagen. So let's go, let's begin. Right off the bat, we can see the astonishing design of this new EX30, which feature really clean and modern design line. It's looking quite smart, and that does reflect in the design element. More on that little later. First, let's look at the hammerhead LED lights that dominates the look of it. It features powerful ultra bright light, ensuring safety in darker nights. Clever use of black trim, especially in the front, is looking stylish as well as hiding all sensors effortlessly. Have you noticed a tiny camera hiding cleverly in the Volvo badging? I bet you didn't. Another cool feature is the plain front bumper without any sort of grille or fuss of that sort, which makes it really neat to look at. To help with the aerodynamics, the bonnet is curved to the sides, and two proper cuts are made to channelize the air better. Even the wheel arches has got aerodynamic shape imposed. From the side, you see the two-tone color contrast with solid side skirts. Apart from that, frameless side mirror and fastback roof is also unique to this EX30. To me, the rear design of this car is very special and unique, which makes this car really recognizable even from far away. LED side lights on the top are inspired from regular Volvo SUV signature element and continued to the actual tail lights. The top part of lights are separated from the rear tail lights with rectangular black trimming, which again hides the button for the boot opening. They also added two reflectors above the rear bumper for better visibility at night. Above all, I am really glad to have the rear windscreen wiper on this car, as it's really essential at some situations. Enough of the exterior, let's get into the car, but before, first things first, let's hear the door closing sounds. It's okay, but with thicker door panel like this, a bit more grounded response would be preferable, but at least they stick to traditional door handle. A big thanks for that. The door panel looks neat with lots of recycled plastic material, yet looks very plush and modern. Soft touch leatherette on the top, recycled hard plastic with some texture, solid aluminum door opener, again soft touch armrest plus door handle. The door bin is pretty long and decent, though it looks colorful but not fancy. Moving forward to the seat adjustment, which is pretty easy to control and comes with good build quality. So the air vent, wiper stalk and gear knob. The most elegant part of the car is the seats. They are very comfortable and ergonomically great and covered with 3D patent knitting. Not sure if you can see it here in the video. Not only that, the materials used inside is mostly noise absorbent and stop the noise from vibrating around. In terms of storage and practicality, it's okay, and most of the necessary feature is well taken care of. For a change, you will find the window control for your front and rear window on your armrest, which is also serves as convertible cup holders. While you have a lot of space for your leg as a passenger, the rear space is cramped. We will come into that shortly. Below you have access to two wireless charging pads. In the future, you will have your phone as key, and you will have to put it here. Here you get access to two USB-C port and a shallow storage, though you can't keep much here. Also, the armrest doesn't have any movability, neither any storage option, at least for the driver, which is not very pleasant. Glove box moved to the center and is comparatively small in size. Remember, this glove box to be opened only through the screen. With all these features, this cabin is very bright and pleasant to look at. It's got the minimalistic approach with decent build quality. Great work on designing the steering wheel. It's great to hold and excellent in maneuvering the car. This one thing influences a lot and makes you love driving this car. Other than that, the whole dash is made of recycled material, creating multi-layered design concept, which also housing ambient lighting in a cool manner. Now let's get back to the rear cabin. Same great quality on the seats also appear to be existent here, and same with the door panel. Due to this optional sunroof, the cabin is really bright. To add more to the practicality, they have added a coat hanger point and reading lights here. In addition, you get access to two USB-C ports along with window control button. They have moved the rear window control for the passengers in the back of the armrest here, and I am not particularly a fan of that. Also, there is a storage option under here with a removable tray. I am sitting in most uptight position and I have only this much of legroom, you can see here, with little place to extend my feet underneath. Headroom is pretty decent even with this panoramic sunroof. If the front passenger is little relaxed with his legroom, then the place get even more cramped. However, this soft padded back of the seats makes it cushiony if you are the one who happens to sit in the back. As being electric, the floor is almost flat and two cup holder is added to the end of the seats on each sides. Surprisingly enough, this car doesn't feature any armrest in the back cabin, neither any through loading, which takes away a huge practicality from this car. Let's see in the boot how good it is in current market standard. First of all, it has a button for opening the boot, which is great, and you get access to 318 liters of cargo space. The shape is relatively square and has significant load lift if you don't have the flat floor on. There are quite a few tethering points as well as 12-volt port, which is all good. In addition, there is underfloor storage for your charging cable and stuff. Once you have raised the floor, it becomes all flat and pleasant. Make the rear seat flat is a bit of struggle with one hand. However, one clever thing they did by creating special slot for the seat belts, as they don't come in the way when you're putting the seat back on. But once flattened, it gives a space of 904 liters. To help your loading, they have added a measurement guide here, which can be handy. Closing the boot is also very easy with just a press of a button. Now let's get into the front of this car. First and foremost, you have to pull the lever twice to open it. Once opened, it has a small frunk of 7-liter capacity. Rest of the frunk is partially covered and exposing some of the electronics. The cover is little wobbly and doesn't seem so sturdy. Not a big fan either of their build quality here. Now let's jump into the infotainment system briefly. This infotainment system is one of the best in its class, with very bright and crisp screen. Even in this sunny condition, it shows a blur-free graphics. Top and bottom part of the screen remain same, housing the important and the most used features. The system is powered by Android system, so you have the access to the best map, and that is Google Map, at your disposal, and also other apps from Play Store. Though The number of apps you get access right now is fairly limited, but it will surely increase in the future. What I like the most about this infotainment system is the detailed customization ability and its user experience. For example, it shows the air quality inside the cabin and also suggests the ways to improve it. Here you can see how step by step you can make your preference into a reality. It is really an amazing and intuitive experience. All in all, it's a 5-star experience with this infotainment system, and it's gonna add a big plus to the whole car. Well, enough of talking, it's time to hit the road. As soon as you sit inside this car, you feel the sitting position is really good. And one more thing in particular is very good is the performance of this car in the straight line. Now I'm gonna take the motorway. I'm in the 60-kilometer road and I have to jump into the motorway. So I'm gonna check the performance if it's adequate or not. Let's go. Whoa! 110. Yes. This car really excels in straight line performance. It's driving really fast. The driving seat is really comfortable, and so the sitting position. The ergonomics of the seat and the way it holds you, even in first speed, it feels good. One thing I'm missing straight away is the driver's info system in the front. And I really don't like every time I have to look here for my information. The overall visibility looks pretty good. The side mirrors are adequate and serving with good visibility. At first instance, I did not like this hexagonal steering wheel, but slowly I started to like it because though it's a bit unusual, it works pretty good. When it comes to road noise, it's not very quiet, it's not very noisy either. It's okay, I would say. If you talk with somebody or play some music, I think that's ignorable. So what I like most about this car is coming with a lot of safety feature and a lot of driver assist system, which means every time the car is passing by, you get a notification on the side here, and also when you over the speed, it's not hesitating to let you know. The positioning of the mirror and the size of the side mirror is actually perfect and helps you a lot in terms of maneuvering this car. This car comes with significant amount of regen braking. However, you can still control it and make it one pedal driving. I'm not a big fan of one pedal driving. I like to keep it natural like normal car. Otherwise, the braking is really good. It's smooth without any jerk. And it's got kind of damp feeling to it. I really like it. In front, I'm gonna make it U-turn. And I will see how the turning quality is. Well, I must say, it's absolutely brilliant. I managed to turn the car around with an ease. It's absolutely fantastic. What is really nice though, you can't really tell the difference when you're driving in the motorway or in the city. This car just blends in any kind of road condition and give you a nice driving experience. Again, coming back to suspension, I started to feel the suspension could be a little bit more comfortable. This is a little bit on the stiffer side for sure. Driving in the city center in tight traffic, this car fits really well. Yes, now we entered in bumpier territory where the roads are not particularly very flat, and you can see, although this car is handling pretty good, but it's more on the stiffer side. I'm not sure if it's because of the bigger wheel that it has got. Maybe with a smaller size wheel you will feel more comfortable. And steering wheel also is very adaptive. Especially when I was driving fast, the steering wheel was pretty stiff. However, right now I'm in a small alley and it's become pretty smooth and soft. I really like that. Although this car has 360 camera, it's not showing me when I'm turning the indicator on to the right or to the left. That would be a nice feature to have. Now I'm entering in a very tight small roundabout and I'm gonna make a loop. Wow, this car is doing that with the ease, and a big thanks to this hexagonal design steering wheel. It's making it absolutely possible and also comfortable. From 30 kilometer to 70 kilometer is like 2 seconds job with this car. I mean, you really get a lot of thrill out of this car. So if you're a driving enthusiast and want to take pleasure of driving a performance car, yet want to look like regular guy, then this is the perfect car for you, because it can blend in any road situation. Trust me on this. This car drives really well, enhancing your driving experience in the straight line performance as well as in twisty road situation. It's got the great visibility because it's high up in the position, so you always will have a commanding visibility over the road. And the tech coming with this car will help you to stay safe and secure on the road. So all in all, it's a very dynamic driving package you will get out of this car. However, there are a few things I wished was different in this car. For example, this armrest is nice and comfortable, it's there, but I cannot raise it or down it according to my needs, right? I have to adjust myself according to this armrest. It's kind of fixed position. That is number one. Secondly, I know I can set up my profile and all the side mirrors will be adjusted accordingly. But again, if I ever have to change these side mirrors or do some sort of adjustment, I have to go through the system and do it. There is no shortcuts around to do that while I'm driving. And thirdly, there is no driver information cluster here. Every time I have to look in the main screen, and I'm in particular not fond of that. I really wish they had something, probably a small screen, just to show the very basic information. That would be perfect for me. All in all, the driving experience, it's really excellent, and that is the main USP of this car. So if anybody buying this car, this got to be the most liked feature, and I am not disagreeing with that. Finally, what I think about this car, it's a driver focused car that ensures really dynamic driving experience with top-notch infotainment system, and it also features inspiring futuristic look. However, it starts to fall when you look for practicality and storage, especially in the rear cabin. And with all honesty, it's a great car all around. However, if you are already a Volvo user, you might get little disappointment with its build quality and lack of attention to details. But again, it's justified as being the cheapest in the Volvo lineup. If we focus a little bit on the specification, this Volvo EX30 has smart and futuristic approach towards its design and material it used. For example, 21% aluminum, steel and plastic used at the exterior are recycled, and around 30% of the interior parts are made from recycled plastic. It's such an impressive way to reduce or eliminate the waste. The new Volvo EX30 comes with two battery sizes of 51 kWh and 69 kWh, driving single and dual motor system, while producing from 272 brake horsepower up to 428 brake horsepower, and torque is going from 343 Newton meter to up to 543 Newton meter, depending on which motor you are picking. When it comes to acceleration, it goes from 0 to 60 in 5.7 seconds with a single motor, and impressively enough 3.6 seconds with dual motor system, which is faster than many combustion engine performance cars. However, the top speed is limited to 180 km per hour. Fast charging is also achieved from 10 to 80% of the battery in 26 minutes with max 134 kilowatt DC charging. Cooling trailer is also a possibility starting from 1000 kilo up to 1600 kilo respectively, while roof loading remain the same at 75 kilo max. The price starts from 274,000 Danish crown and going up to 381,000. Though it's the cheapest in the Volvo lineup, but it's certainly not the cheapest in the market, especially compared to its offerings. All in all, this car drives impeccably well on the road with a lot of dynamic characteristics in its driving. And this car is perfectly suitable for you if you're driving to work most of the time alone with this car. Also, it's coming as a company car, or you might have a small family. The reason I'm saying this, because of this practicality lying in this car, it's not so great. And with the money that it's asking, there is of course better option available outside. Though I really like the driving dynamics of this car, however, when it comes to practicality, it's lagged significantly, especially getting in and out from the back row. It's a little bit inconvenient for me. I would be happy to sit there for a short while, but if we have to go on a long drive, sitting in the back, it's not particularly pleasant. And also the boot space is not particularly great. Again, there are better options in the market when it comes to this price bracket. So if you're happy to ignore the practicality of this car and happy to pay the price it's asking, this is a perfect car because you will enjoy the driving dynamics absolutely, no matter what. In the straight line performance or in the twisty road, this car is performing impeccably well. With all this said, I think it's really a great car, especially with the price point it's coming, and being a Volvo is still the smallest, is still the cheapest, and is still the fastest car you can buy up to date. Having all this said, I really recommend you to come and make a test drive with this car and see it for yourself because it's absolutely worth your time. And that's all from me for now. I hope you really like this video. You got some useful information in this video. If so, please don't be hesitant to like, comment and share this video as we really need your support. We just started, begin our journey and love to go ahead helping you along the way. Until next time, please take care and drive safe.